Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Karen.
We're so happy to have you here. We're going to be talking all about root revival today, looking at different blends you can use to help your hair and your scalp health.
This has been near and dear to our hearts. Those of you who have curly hair, I was just thinking,
Yes.
we're not unusual. There's a lot of us who have curly hair. Some have thicker hair, some have thinner hair.
Yes.
But even straight hair, same thing,
I know.
right? Same thing. There's the same challenges, just different challenges.
Just different challenges. I know we've been talking about this a lot lately, and so we thought maybe you would like to talk about it too. Just how to really help with hair fullness, scalp health, regrowing hair. It's just a topic that's been on our hearts, and so we thought, why not bring it to this group? And we have a thread growing.
Yay.
We have a thread going over in NLC, which you're on an NLC event. We're so happy to have you here in the Natural Living Club Live. This week, again, is all about looking at tips and tricks to grow your hair.
We're going to be talking about this all month, in fact.
We are. We're going to be talking about hair health all month. Next week, on the 11th of June, we're going to make we'll either make or pre-make.
Both. We're going to make a hair gel, which I have been using.
Look at these
many times.
Look at
many
these
times.
fabulous curls. I'm very excited. I'm trying it out for the first time tomorrow.
Yes, and I am so excited about it. I can't wait to share it with you on our next presentation.
Yes. All right, so here in the Natural Living Club, if we head over to my screen, this is the community where this event that we're talking about today, we're based here. And here, right here, this top pinned post, we're going live today. You have today's giveaway prompt. You have today's code to save on, not save on your order, but get an extra cool product in your order with Aromatics International. We'll talk about that at the end of our time together. But if you are an NLC member, amazing. Come on over and just put into the comments, answer this question, and this is how you're eligible to participate in our giveaway today. So what is something you do to increase hair or scalp health? And go ahead and put in your answers. I've been really enjoying, I popped this in NLC in our chat about 1 hour ago, and so many comments and ideas and suggestions have been flowing in already, and I love it. I love it so much. So we love learning from each other.
So if somebody is watching who isn't in the NLC, how do they get there?
You can join NLC. It's $1 a month, $12 a year. And then you can contribute and you can put in your comment and join in the giveaway for today.
Oh,
yeah.
Yay.
Which is very cool. In our giveaway, we're doing 2 giveaways. Mina is going to choose our 2 winners. You have to answer this question in NLC where we're showing you now and be live with us right now. That's how you enter the giveaway. And then at the end of our presentation, Mina will choose 2 winners. Each one will receive, Jerry and Trish are typing right now. Each one will receive a $25 gift card to Aromatics International, which is very cool.
Nice. Well, to join NLC is really fun.
Yeah.
It's only $12 a year.
I know, it's great.
Right, and that keeps the bots away.
Keeps the bots away. It keeps everything super positive, meaning if someone is willing to say, I'm going to pay $1 a month to improve my natural life, live a toxin-free life, you get a really high-quality group of people. And that is exactly what's been going on. It's very, very supportive and nourishing and fun. To pair with our live events, if you go to this Classroom tab, you can download the PDF that goes with all of our live events. And it's especially for our Natural Living Club members. So there you go.
All right. We have some fun things to do as well.
We do. Should we welcome some people over here on YouTube? Hello, Joyce. We did hear rumors of school allowing live events, which means we could go live right through school, which is pretty cool. That might be coming.
Wait.
They've said they're talking about it.
That is amazing.
I know.
I'm so happy to see that.
I know.
So hair is a sensitive topic.
It is a sensitive topic.
Not that some scalps can be sensitive. It's just
Yes.
that there's so many different types of hair
Yes.
that what might work on one person
Yes.
doesn't work on the next person.
Absolutely. And then there's hair from all corners of the earth and world, and all hair is so different and unique. So we're talking about some general tips for any hair, any type of hair, to help improve your scalp health and help grow your hair.
That's right. I remember a trip that we took to France several years ago.
Yes.
We went to France up in the upper elevations, and it was very humid there. And of course, our hair wasn't used to that type of weather.
Our curly hair.
And it went really super frizzy.
Yes.
Well, I was also doing something strange to my hair at the time, and everybody felt sorry for me, actually, because I looked like the wild woman of the West.
That's what you thought. I thought you looked really cute.
So I went into a local hairdresser.
In France, in the mountains of France.
The perfect hairdresser for Rihanna Lewis that she went to, recommended. I was at her course.
Yes.
And he went in, took one look at me, and just got to work, cut it short, put all this product on. And sure enough, the frizz went away.
It looked amazing
Looked amazing for that one day. And then when I washed it again, it was now short and going straight out. So I'm really excited about trying my new hair gel out when I go traveling.
So nice. We were just talking before we go live. So the blend we're going to make with you, or the recipe we're going to make with you next week, so mark your calendars, June 11, is a homemade DIY hair gel. We'll talk to you more about that on June 11, but it's going to be great. And I love Karen's used it already. I haven't used it yet. I'm using it tomorrow.
Many times. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yes. All right. Well, today, again, it's all about root revival, and I am loving all of the tips and tricks that you've been putting in over in our Natural Living Club. And those of you who are here live with us on YouTube, welcome, and we're very happy to have you here. So thank you for putting in your ideas and suggestions for what works for you and your hair health into YouTube as well. It's always great. We always want to learn from each other. We all have different things that work for us.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
So what might work for me won't work for someone with really straight hair.
Right.
But yet it might. So there's all kinds of things to try out, and that's why there's so many different opinions on hair care.
I know. And so we're going to give you our perspective.
This is the first part of it, is getting your scalp healthy.
Getting your scalp healthy and your stress level down. I notice that when I go through more stressful periods of life, that's when I'm really noticing that I'm getting more hair when I'm in the shower is just coming out. And that directly relates to stress for me. That's the big trigger for keeping my hair health and hair growing, is to keep that stress down. I don't know if you found that as well.
Well, there's all kinds of autoimmune diseases out there, autoimmune issues. I don't like to use that D word, but autoimmune issues that also cause some scalp issues and hair issues. But as Jenny mentioned, stress was probably the number one reason why we have scalp and hair issues. And that's probably the number one reason that started our autoimmune issues in the first place.
Yeah, I like it.
So using oil.
I don't like that. I like that you're calling it autoimmune challenges.
Right.
Yes,
challenges.
That's what I like.
That's
what
that.
I like. Yes.
A challenge can be definitely overcome.
Yes.
So that's why when we select essential oils, they're noted. There's all kinds of different ones that you can use, but the ones that we're selecting today are noted to help with scalp health.
Yep.
Now, part of the scalp health, and this is why we're going to be making a hair serum. That's our number one thing we're doing today. A big part of that, and some of you have touched on that already, is massage it into the scalp.
Yes, and I showed Karen. She didn't even know about this until today. This is something that I use in the shower after I wash my hair with the most natural shampoo I can find. And we're going to actually be making shampoo and conditioner later on in this month in a part of our hair series. I take this cool little thing and I wash my hair. I really massage in there. And then I take the conditioner. Karen just told me this tip just this week or last week, just doing the conditioner on the ends. When we use conditioner on our hair, just the way it's fine and thinner, if we get the conditioner to the root, it actually makes our hair lay super flat. So I've been just doing conditioning the ends. That's been so helpful.
Yeah, just start down.
Yeah.
I recommend that for any type of hair type.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Condition your hair, which we have a great conditioner we're going to be sharing as well.
If you have curly hair, here's your bonus. I actually I flip over and I wash out the conditioner upside down. And then I flip back over and then I use this cool little thing and just do a really good scalp massage everywhere. And we just discovered before this live event that it actually works really great on dry hair too. To lift it at the root. I was doing this to Karen before the event.
Good too.
It feels really good.
She can keep doing it.
It's such a nice scalp massage too. It just really feels so good, and it's great. It's great.
And a good point, shop girl.
Yes.
My hair has gone from bored straight to kind of curly. Yeah. So that happened to both Jenny and I. Of course, it happened to her when she was in late grade school years. Yes. And it happened to me when I was 30 years old. I went from straight hair to suddenly curly hair, and it was a challenge.
They say your hair actually completely changes every 7 years is what, I hope that's not just complete myth, but I've had several hairstylists tell me that every 7 years, your hair texture can completely change. Every strand is different. Your hair just changes, and it just changes with our hormones as things are going through life and whatever is happening. Of course, humidity is just a thing, isn't it?
That is.
Yes.
So before we go into our blend, can you tell them one more time what we're doing for a giveaway?
Okay. Yes. So how to enter our giveaway today. We're giving away 2 $25 gift cards to Aromatics International. So go into your Natural Living Club if you're a member. If you're not, you can join right now and become a member and participate. The link is at the top of this chat. And then you go over to the pinned post and answer the question, just some kind of, let's look at specifically what the question is. I'm over here in community. The question specifically, what is something you do to increase hair or scalp health? And we have 62 suggestions right now from different members. I love our members. Our members are so knowledgeable, and just anything they're putting in here, typically they've done and it has worked for them. So I love all of these suggestions that are coming in.
Over to your computer really quick so we can see.
Let's be on my computer.
What's going on?
Okay, so let's start over. So over here, I'm in community. This is where you answer the question. This is how you enter the giveaway. Mina will randomly choose 2 folks who are both live and who answer this question to get a $25 gift card to Aromatics. What is something you do to increase hair or scalp health? Lisa and Nancy. Several people are typing. I love that. So multitask, open up 2 screens, pop in your answer, your idea, your suggestion. If you don't have any, that's fine. Just answer. Make a comment on some level and you'll be eligible if this is a new subject for you.
And then everybody is eligible for a special we have going on.
Yes.
Today.
Whether you're in Natural Living Club or you're just here watching with us for the next 36 hours through Thursday, June 5 at midnight Eastern Time, any order placed at Aromatics International over $50, use the code NLC Rosemary, and that we will know to put a 18 ml bottle of rosemary chemotype verbenone in your order, which is very cool.
Very cool, because that's it's not a pricey oil, but it's a little more expensive than some oils.
It is. It's here's my memory. I think we talked about it being a $37.
I think so.
I think it was $36 or $37. We'll give that to you as a free gift, any order over $50. And what's very fun is a lot of members here in NLC will go and order the different blends that we have in the PDF. I just hit the microphone. I hit Margot. The PDF available over here in Classroom. Go to Root Revival. Click this PDF. A lot of members will go on when we do our promotions that pair with these live events. They'll go and order what they need to make the blends that we're talking about, which is very cool. We just want to give you all the resources we possibly can to help you live a more natural, toxin-free lifestyle. And when you're making your own blends like this, if you look at just the bottle of any hair product from the store, most of the time it's over 10 ingredients, and most of the time it's upwards of 20, and it's ingredients you can't even pronounce. So what I love about making DIY hair care products, and I cannot believe we're going to make a flaxseed gel, and that it works so well. I'm so excited about this.
So, go ahead. I was just going to look at some comments.
I love that. So my long-winded spiel is to say, when you can make your own all-natural DIY products with just, look at this, just a few ingredients that you can pronounce, it's from plants, your whole body, your health, your entire terrain is going to thank you.
It is. It definitely is.
Okay, now let's go to comments. I like where you're headed.
Well, I was just reading Laura, and she said she has different hair colors. The red strands are kinky curls.
Yes.
The dark blonde are wavy, and the light blonde is straight, and she doesn't dye her hair. So I bet you have beautiful hair, Laura.
I know.
That sounds amazing.
That does sound amazing.
And Vera has this great shampoo from Mother Earth in Alberta. Indigenous women owned, and
love
it's
that.
peppermint sage.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that. Well, Vera, if you do want to pop a link in, I think everyone wants that link. Or if you are in Natural Living Club, come over and pop that link in the thread we have going.
All right. Well, I'm ready to make this blend. Shall we look at the recipe?
Let's make this. Yeah, we can. You've got it pulled up. Let's look at your recipe.
The recipe, which they're not going to see, but it's in the...
Well, we always have a difference of opinion on this. So for me, it's for our Natural Living Club members. We absolutely can show them too. When should we? Let's do it. I like that. Let's do that. So let's go over here. It's one of the recipes on the PDF, and it is especially for Natural Living Club members. And so I'll pull up that particular recipe. But there's 3 recipes
on here.
Yes, so we'll show you one, but Natural Living Club members, you still get the perk of extra recipes.
So the hair growth serum that we're making today,
yes,
it's going to help with circulation.
Yes.
It's going to help create those healthy hair follicles and support growth. So you can use any kind of a light oil. Like I love using jojoba oil, which is actually jojoba wax.
Yes.
But you can also use like sweet almond oil, and an oil that we have coming soon in June, towards the end of June, is a very special apricot seed oil that grows wild in the Himalayan mountains. It's the original apricot seed.
I think you should talk about that just a little bit more. We talked about this on a live event for our Thriving Aromatherapist members. We told them all about new products coming up. But let's just, if you don't mind telling that story, since this is potentially a new crowd.
Well, the Himalayan is a very special place, and up in the higher elevations, the apricot trees have grown wild for centuries. They've just grown up there. They are not your conventional, newer almond or apricot trees, but these are the old ones, the ones that the Hunza people talked about, that they would eat the keep saying almond. The reason why I keep saying almond is because it smells like a lush almond aroma.
Beautiful.
In fact, I thought he had put the wrong label on it, because I also had a sweet almond oil sample, and I had this apricot seed. When I smelled the apricot seed, it was so much like almond that I emailed and said, "Is it possible you got the labels turned around?" And he said, "No, this is so special." And when he took it over to Korea, the older generation, the old people sitting there said, "This is what the original sweet apricot smelled like."
That's very cool.
So that's what we're getting in, and it's fabulous for skincare, hair care, and other things too. So I'm really excited about it.
Yes.
So that would also be good in this. Today we're going to use our jojoba wax, jojoba oil. It's very nourishing for the skin. It also absorbs quite readily. I would avoid thicker ones like castor oil. Castor oil is really great, and you could put it on overnight and wash it off, but it tends to make the hair a little bit more limp. So you'll just have to kind of experiment around with it.
Well, and maybe that's what you're looking for if your hair is so thick that you have other challenges than what we're discussing today.
Right. So if you're finding you need extra support,
Yes.
try a heavier oil.
Yes.
Baobab is also really great for skin and scalp support. We're also putting in 6 drops of our rosemary. This is chemotype verbenone. Now there's also chemotype rosemary camphor, chemotype 1,8 cineol, but this is verbenone, and verbenone is the one that we like to use on the scalp because it's more gentle. It's not as energizing as our chemotype camphor, and has been well documented with people using it for scalp issues. Then we're putting in 4 drops of lavender, and this is lavandula angustifolia. There's different types of lavender too, so look at the Latin names, make sure you're getting the right one. And then there's 3 drops of our cedar wood. This is Cedrus atlantica, but you can also use cedar wood, Cedrus deodora. This is Indian cedar wood, and it's fabulous. It's a great substitute for our Atlas one. These smell a lot the same as well.
Yes, they do. They're very similar aromatically.
Now we're also putting in 3 drops, which is not very much for this whole blend. We're doing it in 1 ounce, just 3 drops, because we're not using the whole thing at once. We're just putting a little bit on, massaging it up into the scalp of peppermint, which energizes and helps our hair follicles to be receptive to our carrier and our other essential oils. Now you do have to do this, I don't know, 2-3 times a week.
Pretty consistently. Yes.
And when you put it in, you would be massage the scalp, massage the whole area. You know,
or get a friend to do it.
Or get a friend to do it and do it. Exchange hair massages.
It sounds amazing.
Scalp massages.
They come up every night.
I know. It's very de-stressing, which is also good. As we mentioned, it's probably the number 1 factor is lowering your stress so that our skin, which our scalp is skin. It's just that it's a very covered part of our skin. All right, so let's make this.
Well, while Karen is starting to do that, one thing that always consistently happens to me when I go through a really stressful period is I immediately lose weight, which I love. I don't love the stress, but I love that part. But then I have hair challenges, which I don't love. And so it's just so much better to stay in that more stress-free zone and to avoid that roller coaster of health challenges. And so I had a really stressful period this last January around my little dog, but he's fine now. And so that really affected my hair health, and I'm really looking forward to using this 3 times a week for many, many weeks. And I'm very excited about that.
And then we'll get a report.
This is partly why we are doing this recipe with you today.
So we're going to use our cute little beaker.
Yes.
And we're going to put in 30 mils, which is 1 ounce, one fluid ounce. There. We should be doing 60 mils. I'll just do the recipe.
Are you doing Aroma Math Live? I was looking at comments. I can't help. Should we talk it through again?
So I was just debating doubling the recipe, but I decided not to.
Okay.
And then 5 drops of our rosemary. I'm going to move this just a little bit. 5 drops of our rosemary.
I love this comment from Lisa. Her grandma used to comb their hair heads every night before bed, and it was so relaxing. I know my grandma did that too. I loved that so much.
Now for the scalp, I'm pretty careful to make sure that I don't get extra drops. When I make a diffuser blend or, other types of blends, I'm not so concerned. But when I'm talking about the scalp, I don't want too much essential oil on the scalp. So 4 drops of lavender. Whoops, I got 1 drop extra of lavender, and I'm not so much concerned about the lavender as I am the
peppermint,
the verbenone and the peppermint. So cedarwood atlantica or Atlas cedarwood, 3 drops, and this makes your hair smell so good. There we go, 3 drops. Now the peppermint is a little stimulating, but with the entire blend, there's not that much peppermint in, so it shouldn't affect your sleep cycles. So 3 drops of our peppermint. This is on nice and tight.
And if you're not, worried about it, or maybe you work from home or you aren't going to see someone or anyone, or again, you're just not worried about it, you could do this in the morning too and leave it in all during the day. Maybe you shower at night.
Exactly. So now we're just going to give this a little stir.
Perfect.
And you can blend this directly into your amber bottle. It's just that I wanted you guys to see how we're blending this.
Yes.
So you don't have to stir it up that well, because once you put it in the bottle, you can give it a good shake.
Yes.
We'll just pour it right in here.
And there we go.
And then you'll label it as well.
Yes.
I'll come back and get all the drops in there.
And again, I feel so lucky. I was able to just talk to Karen a couple weeks ago, and I said, can we make a serum, please, that I want to use for my hair? And this is the serum she curated.
I want you to smell this.
I know. Well, that is beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is gorgeous.
My hair gel that I've been using, that you'll find out next week, I've been using rosemary and lavender together. It's such a joy and a delight to use.
Well, and when you layer in essential oils throughout, we call it a protocol, but you have your hair gel, you have your shampoo, conditioner, you have the whole thing. You layer it in, you have all the stuff. It just reinforces all that good stuff.
Another thing you can do is take rosemary hydrosol, and I'm going to move these over just a little bit.
And Jerry,
rosemary hydrosol here.
Yes, and we, again, Karen and I get so excited, we don't always listen to each other, so I just cut you off. You can go ahead and finish that, and I'll come back to Jerry. Jerry, I'm coming back to you.
Well, the hydrosol is the whole plant that they have distilled. It's not the essential oil. It's the water portion of a distillation. So it has different chemical components. It has some of the same, but a lot of different components than our regular rosemary. Now, they don't differentiate what chemotype this is. And using rosemary, I use it on my food. You can spray it on you. It's a really great deodorizer, but it's also great to spray on your scalp. You can spray it on your whole hair. In the morning when I get up, sometimes, you don't wash your hair every day, maybe every 2 or 3 days. You can spray this on and revitalize it. Spray it on your scalp, lift your hair up, spray it underneath, kind of massage that in a little bit, and it is really great for your scalp. And that's a really great way, easy, to support your hair, scalp, the health of your scalp.
I love that.
So you've got your hair serum, and then you've got a really light, easy, fast, take this when you travel, way to support.
I love that. That is fantastic. Now, there are other recipes that we have in the PDF for those of you inside of Natural Living Club. Several folks were asking where they can find the PDF, so I'll just do a quick review with you. I'm over here inside of Natural Living Club. This is the community space where we can we have so many discussions. I love this, painting garden rocks, and this is one of our members who painted a tomato on this rock, and she puts it by the different plants in her garden as a way to keep track of what's what.
That's
is really
a great
cool
idea.
Yep, and a lot of folks are going to jump in and do that with her. So this is where, again, you can find all the details for all of the promos and everything right here in this topped pin post. This is where you can create different conversations, ask questions. Meredith is wondering about raccoon repellent. We've got Lori, who's doing 30 days of gratitude. She commented on this post from April too, but she's doing it again this month as well. You can go to the classroom tab, click on the title of the event that matches the live event, and then this is where you find your PDF.
Well, another recipe on that PDF, which you'll be thrilled to find, is called an herbal hair rinse. And that's where we just take our special water. When I say special water, I don't like to use chlorinated water, as that takes away the benefits that we're trying to do on our hair. So it's just an herbal rinse where you take different herbs in your water, make this fantastic hair rinse that you don't rinse out when you use it, and you'll find that in your PDF.
During the pandemic, when I was working from home all the time, as many of us were, I had a little neighbor. And he and I became friends. He'd hop the fence and we would hang out. And I had 2 painted rocks. One was blue, one was yellow. If it was blue, he could knock on the door and he would just come in the pet door and hang out with me. If it was yellow, it meant I was on a call and he couldn't come hang out. And so I love painted rocks for gardens as well as communicating with neighborhood children.
They're a lot of fun. I have lots of hiking trails up where I live. And one of them in particular, I thought I was the only one hiking on it. And I would find in very obscure places a painted rock.
Oh, cool.
I never did find out who was putting those there.
Well, we should do some. We should do our own painted rocks and put them around.
Oh, it was really fun to find those.
That is really cool.
It would have a cool little saying on it as well. Yes. So it'd have a little painting on it, a little saying that would just brighten your day up.
There's this amazing just set of hiking trails here in Missoula, Montana. It's called the Rattlesnake. And folks go in there and they do pop-up fairy gardens with rocks. So you'll just be hiking along and suddenly overnight a fairy garden will pop up and it's so very cool.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I would not use expired oils on my scalp or on any part of my body.
Yes.
Because it causes skin conditions. If your oil is a month expired, 2 months expired, that's fine. But if you have a really expired oil, because our expiration dates are only our guesses, that we go by the different chemical components that are in the different families for one that are in a specific essential oil helps us to determine their shelf life. But when they're way over their shelf lives, it can cause your scalp to break out, and our scalp really absorbs in what we put on it. So that's why we're careful about how much essential oil we put on the scalp and making sure we have our vibrant essential oils. When they're expired, they're not vibrant anymore.
Absolutely. I have an advanced question that keeps coming up in chat. Do we know the chemotype for the...
No, that there is not a chemotype for the one that they do in your Hydrosol. And I'm not concerned about the chemotype with a Hydrosol because it's not the essential oil. There is some essential oil in Hydrosol, but it's so minute that when they test the Hydrosol to see what components are in here, they're typically the heavier ones. And you have to distill it for a longer period of time than you do the essential oil for these other components to come through. So it's the gentle herb that we're using in the Hydrosol.
Yes. As a reminder, if you want to make any of the blends from the PDF or this specific recipe, or any recipe that is speaking to you when it comes to hair health or whatever you would like, over at Aromatics International, if you place an order over $50, just make sure you use the code NLC Rosemary in your order. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull that up and show you how to do that.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Yes, Lisa, the chats are really fun. And also
we always have our notes and then we always go off script. So even we don't always know what's going to happen, which is very cool. So if you, I'm over here at Aromatics International. So let's go to shop all just for fun. I'm going to go to essential oil singles. I am going to, I'm going to go over here to frankincense and add. Now remember, you want to get at least $50 worth in your cart. 81's going to do it. Oh, I have lots of things in my cart already. So all I need to do at checkout, log in, of course, make sure you just put in code NLC Rosemary. Apply. Investigating. That's what you do. And then that will go ahead and pop that 18 ml of rosemary chemotype verbenone in your order. It lets our workshop know to go ahead and put that in.
Okay.
So
I want to just, Nancy had a good question.
Great.
And so I know the rest of you do as well. Hydrosols are unique products since they're water-based.
Yes.
As long as you don't add anything into this, this has a nice shelf life if it was distilled on a copper still, which these are. If they are distilled not using aseptic techniques, and they're just a byproduct of an essential oil distillation. It's much different than having a hydrosol that is the reason for the distillation. It's not a byproduct. The essential oil becomes the byproduct. And when they do that on a copper still, they're typically using aseptic techniques. They make sure that they spray all the stuff that they're using so that it's nice and clean. They use a 70% Everclear with 30% water and spray and make sure everything is almost sterilized before they start the distillation. And they don't do that on most of our overseas hydrosols. The copper still itself is an antiseptic as well. However, they're still very unique. They still have a much shorter shelf life than our essential oils, and they have 1 to 2 year shelf life. If I have a lot of it, I store it in the refrigerator. If I have a small bottle that I'm using consistently, I do have it in my bathroom or where I'm working. What hydrosols like is a consistent temperature. They really don't like going from hot to cold, because that develops a condensation on your essential oil bottle, and it's that condensation that we like to avoid. So if it's something I don't use very often, I'll keep it in the refrigerator. I've had lavender hydrosol for 6 years in the refrigerator, and it's still vibrant. Now, I don't say it will last for 6 years. I say 1 to 2 years typically. So I hope that answers your question.
It's the verbenone. Yeah, add it to your cart first.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's go ahead and redo that process then. I'm going to go back over here. So what you need to do, make sure that you add the rosemary, chemotype verbenone. Do that again. Over here, make sure that you add the 18 ml to your cart. Once it's in your cart, go over here to checkout. It's in my cart. It's over here. And I have put the code in. It has applied it, which means it shows right here that it is free. So that's how you make sure. Otherwise, anyone who would place a $50 order at Aromatics, even if they didn't know about this at all, would get that. So we want to make sure that you're rewarded for being here and knowing about this particular promotion. So make sure you put rosemary chemotype verbenone in your cart, and then make sure your order is over $50. Put in code NLC Rosemary, and then continue to check out. And then it goes. You'll make sure to get your free oil. Yes.
So on the safety of the hydrosol, it doesn't have the same safety as your essential oil would. And rosemary verbenone doesn't have the same safety as rosemary chemotype camphor either. There are some, if camphor is above a certain percentage, you need to beware if you're pregnant or if you have epilepsy, that kind of thing. But the hydrosol, you don't need to be concerned about those things.
Well, there you go.
And neither with the rosemary verbenone.
Well, Mina, are we ready to pick our winners? Let's see.
Well, you know, Barbara, as Jenny's talking to Mina, it is a left field question, but do you have a filtered shower head that you can recommend to filter out the chlorine?
I have actually been getting a lot of Instagram ads about this because I've been researching all kinds of hair health stuff. So everything's finding me.
I have well water. But it is hard water. So I was actually looking into something like this as well. And my type of shower head, it wouldn't work. But there are options out there. Just do a Google search.
Yes.
If you find anything that anybody might pop on to the chat in NLC.
Yes.
If there's anybody who uses a particular shower head that helps filter out the chlorine.
Okay.
They are there.
And Kathy, real quick, I'll just show you how to do this. So over here, I'm in my Natural Living Club. This is where you are. Go to Classroom. Go to Root Revival, which is the live event you're on right now. And then click down here, the guide. And all the recipes will pop up for you. There you go.
Okay. Let us know in the chat, Kathy, if you're still not able to download that. It might be some kind of a computer setting that you have. going on, but
any issue, just email us, team@aromahead.com. It could be, sometimes if you try to download a PDF, there's a pop-up blocker that won't let you do that. So if you switch from, let's say, switch to Chrome, to Safari, or make sure that you disable your pop-up blocker, that could be the issue too. All right, we have our 2 winners. Are we ready?
yes.
So these 2 individuals answered the question over in NLC in the comments, and they're here live. So we want to congratulate Mary Dever and Summer Smith. Congratulations. So Mary Dever and Summer Smith, if you could send me a direct message in NLC, please do. And let me know your email address, and I will have our team at Aromatics issue your $25 gift card to you, which you can use on this promo as well, which is pretty cool.
Well, I was just thinking about that, and I don't think they actually can use it.
They can.
They can put two coupon codes in?
Gift card, they can.
Oh, a gift card. Okay,
I know.
so one's a gift card.
I did this the last time, and Devin clarified for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know that you can use gift cards. You can combine.
Here is what I'm talking about. There is a place to put a coupon code.
Yep.
And then there's a place to put a gift card code.
Yes.
2 different places.
Two different places.
Yeah, you can use that on this order.
You can.
So, okay.
Oh, look at all these congratulations coming in. That's awesome. So we will be doing another NLC event next week, June 11th, where we will be looking at that beautiful hair gel recipe that Karen is making and is using, and it's fabulous. So please make sure to mark your calendars and be there with us. June 11th. You can always find in calendar NLC too, you can find our events as well.
Excellent. Well, this is fun.
This was so fun. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And if you're watching the replay, because it's in the middle of the night for you somewhere in the world, thank you for doing that. You're such a valuable part of our community, even if you aren't able to be here live. Over my one last thing in the Natural Living Club, you can click on, I'll take you over here, click on map when you're inside of your club, and you can see where all over the world our members are, and you can find people who are close to you and go get some lunch, which sounds awesome.
So, Mary, if you have any questions, send your email to team.
Oh, Mary Dever is going to, you can also send, what I would love for you to do, Mary, is I'm here, you're our Natural Living Club. Go up here to this little message chat and send me a direct message with your email address so I can issue your gift card to you.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. If you have any other questions, just pop them into Natural Living Club and we will be here to hang out.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for joining us today. And again, if you want to join our Natural Living Club, we have a lot of fun over there. We have the link pinned to the top of where you're watching right now. In YouTube, you can join us. It's $1 a month, $12 a year. It's so well worth it. We have a lot of fun, a lot of really great tips and tricks. We're just living our best life over here.
We are.
Yes. All right, everyone. We will. Oh, Marcy, are we going to be doing a Gemini season event? Well, we should. Karen, thinking live. We have our series that's been going.
We have our series, yes.
And Geminis are here. We're in Gemini season through the end of the month.
We'll see if we can sneak it in.
All right. Thank you so much. And thanks for popping that in. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.